Good morning, traders. Super excited you guys are here today. Hope you ended your week on a strong note. A little irritated today because I recorded all morning and the file size was too big. It's corrupt. So I'm going to have to do a recap. It's 10:41 right now. This is the trade I had taken this morning. I still have some leftovers here as well. Just a small position size. It's actually trying to get back above VWAP right now. I was going to let these work throughout the day. I have a stop on the rest of them. This one popped up on the intensity scanners right here at about 9:30. Took a position, a couple positions here. I was planning for four positions on this one. Really liked it. Liked what I saw on the daily. I'm going to show you what the daily right now. I did all this earlier. My cat's up in my lap too. 23.17 is what we're at right now. The 50 days at 22.85. And oftentimes what we'll see is these stocks retrace the move back under the moving average. And I'll show you an example of that. What we saw yesterday, ASMB, we traded that one. I'm going to pull that one up for you guys. ASMB, 15.97 right now. So I was trading this a little bit more yesterday after the video. And what we did was we actually pulled all the way back under the 200-day moving average. Likely what's going to happen today as well. We see this one popped up over it. It's having a hard time getting back over that level. These moving averages are essential for your trading. Traders are always using them. Let's turn back our attention to the stock we traded today, APA. So what's going on here? I planned for the 4 ads, and this is why I like the multiple entries, guys. Building a position versus single entry, single exit is because sometimes, like we saw on ASMB, these like to break above those levels a little bit more than maybe what we're thinking they're going to do. Sometimes these like to wiggle around a little bit, and I like to give them room. That way, with a single entry, single exit, I'm not just like getting all emotional saying, okay, this is breaking above it. What am I going to do? This might hold this level. Versus me actually building a position here. I plan for the 4. Got a nice top tick here on APA. Got a nice top tick here. Started small, but also started a little too early. And that was the problem here on APA was I started a little too early. And sometimes when you start early, you get a little emotional with the trade. You start a little early and your emotions come into play, especially because this thing was not pulling back too strong. Now, there was a better way I could have traded this, and I'm going to review it. It's going to be beneficial, I think, for me and you guys, is I started a little too early, but for one, I did not reduce this at all on this pullback. It has a nice pullback right here, and if I would have had the 112, I was doing forward today, so it was 1112 versus the 112. If that makes any sense at all, guys. I mean, it really changed my trading. I hope you guys understand what I'm saying as far as building a position and planning to build a position. So once I have the full position, you're either right or you're right out. So at this point, when I had this final ad, I'm saying, okay, if this breaks over high day again here, I'm out of it. And I treat it the same way as a single entry, single exit. It's just I plan for the 4. And so on this one, I started a little early and I got a little emotional here. Definitely got a little emotional because remember, these are 2-minute candlesticks. So 2, 4, 6, 8. That for about 15 minutes here, this thing was going sideways. And I hate sideways consolidation. Absolutely hate it. So I had to be patient here. Paytient. Patience. Because it pays to be patient. As you guys can see. My average at this point after the final ad was 23.24. I wasn't sure we were going to get down there, so I had to reduce some risk here. I took a partial at 23.20, only for a 4-cent win right there. And then the rest flushed out and, of course, had to take some here. And I still have a few leftovers remaining, just a little bit, and I'll show you guys. Okay, so the stock right now is at 23.10, and I have a stop at my average price. So the thing I like about the method I use here is you take profit along the way, but not only that, you're going to set a stop at your average price. That way, you're either going to be greener or you're going to stop out, break even on the rest of the shares. So I have just a few shares left here, so you guys can see at an average price of the 23.24, only about 50 shares, 45 shares. Just a small amount that I don't really care about to work for me the rest of the day, because remember, I'm thinking this one is probably going to be coming back under that 50-day moving average at 23.85, looking at the chart. I really like this one. And yes, I'm trading live CMEG 244. If you guys want to deposit some money in, that's the account number. So I have a few shares left here, guys. Gonna let them work for me. I think it's gonna be under 2285. Sorry, by the end of the day, and gonna let it work for me. But again, I'm not just trading based on that bias. I do have a stop in place in case it doesn't. Back up in my average of 23.25. So that's going to wrap up the video today, guys. Obviously, could have been much, much better here. If I would have done 112 here, I could have been in the money here, probably taken up some profits here and stopped out the rest of our high day, and then began it again, and then been money on the way there too. There was a couple things to take note of here that I could have done a lot better, but we're still in the money today. I hope you guys learned something from the video today. Sorry it's a recap. Really did not intend for it to be a recap, but it is what it is. Let me know what you guys think and how you did in the comment section below. Hit that like button, traders. Hit the subscribe button. We'll see you all first thing tomorrow.